Hi and hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Preeti Rao and I am both a real estate and a mortgage broker for close to 20 years. Now, did you guys read the Better Dwelling article that came out on July 25th, where they say that Canadian real estate is actually facing the worst market since the 90s recession, and they got that from CIBC's latest research paper. So how much of this is true? Let's dive into it. But first, hit the like, share, subscribe button and that bell icon. It gets me motivated to keep you up to date with everything real estate. So according to CIBC's recent research, Canadian real estate is facing some of the worst market conditions in decades. This research warns us that investments have disappeared from the market. The problem is amplified in the Greater Toronto condo market area, where investors represent over 2/3 of buyers. Complicating the issue further is a weak condo resale market, where inventory is rising and prices are falling, softening demand for new construction even further. Now, Benjamin Tal, an economist at CIBC, explains that Canada's per capita recession is worse than most people may have noticed. The bank notes that decline began in mid-2022 and it's just been grinding lower, and at the current pace the decline is approaching what we saw back in 1991 recession. He adds, in fact, it is fair to say that given the current environment, the Canadian housing market in general and the GTA market in particular are facing the most significant test since 1991 recession. Greater Toronto real estate is essentially split into two different markets. You've got the low-rise and then you've got the condos. Now, the low-rise market has been fairly active, but the condo market, that is another story altogether. The condo market, as most of you can see, is clearly in recessionary territory, with conditions deteriorating to levels not seen in decades. What makes the situation more challenging is the role of investors in the pre-sale market, which has made up to 70% or more of the buyers. The high interest rates, the weak economy, and the stagnating prices aren't exactly a prime investment environment. Many were buying negative cash flow units, topping up rents to cover mortgage payments, and banking solely on the appreciation. But unfortunately, the stagnating prices kill the option, while elevating mortgage rates make it more difficult to ride out any downturn. And the Canadian real estate market are so inefficient that developers just can't build at low prices. Typically, in a frothy market like this, the developers would lower their prices until end users actually step in. However, the gap between what the end users can pay and what the investors were paying is just too wide to close. Now, the mantra of the policymakers is just to go and build more houses and bring down the prices. That's just impossible because developers still face elevated building costs and don't have much wiggle room. As a result, new condo sales, the primary driver of new home constructions in Canada's largest market, has taken a nosedive to the lowest level since the 1990s. Now, according to Tal, the math doesn't make economic sense from both the demand side, which is the investors, and the supply side, who are the developers, leaving the market at an absolute standstill. But despite soft sales and some of the weakest demand on record, new condo prices have only dropped around 5% from the peak. CIBC economist warns that the share of pre-sale construction condos that are pre-sold is currently less than 50%, a 20-year low. And the thing is, projects require at least 70% pre-sold to even begin construction. So the slowdown will throttle construction even further, and compounding the issue is the existing home glut for condo apartments. Treb reported some of the worst sales on record, and inventory is reaching a level rarely observed. As a result, condo resale prices corrected by 12% provide an even less incentive to buy new condos. So for condo investments to regain its appeal, we have to wait for resale prices and rents to rise faster and interest rates to decline more significantly. And until that occurs, the incentive to build will fall further and further away. And this can be exacerbated by affordability crisis, making it significantly worse. The real estate industry and policymakers often state that building more houses will lower prices. However, there's no way to build more houses when prices drop. Funny how that works, right? No wonder CIBC only discusses all these issues in private. Once again, my name is Preeti Rao. My contact information is in the description box below. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to call me because I hold the key that opens the door to your dream home.